Shell Point. I'm Christy Skinner, your Senior Director of Healthcare Services, bringing you another edition of the Medical Minutes. Did you know that 795,000 people each year in America suffer a stroke? Someone has a stroke every 40 seconds and dies from one every 4 minutes. But did you know that 80% of strokes are preventable? There are two types of stroke, ischemic and hemorrhagic. An ischemic stroke are when blood vessels become blocked, usually by a blood clot, and part of the brain becomes oxygen deprived. This is the most common type of stroke and accounts for about 87% of all strokes. A hemorrhagic stroke can occur when an aneurysm ruptures, flooding the surrounding tissue with blood. The fatality rate is much higher with this type of stroke. The front runner in risk factors for strokes is high blood pressure, but there are many other factors that put you at risk for having a stroke. These risks include family history of stroke, over the age of 65, AFib, previous stroke or TIA, high cholesterol, diabetes, obesity, smoking, which quadruples your risk, lack of exercise, poor diet, consuming more than 2 alcohol beverages per day. Having several risk factors in combination multiplies your risk of a stroke. Why is blood pressure the front runner, you ask? Blood pressure is a measure of blood against the artery walls. Hypertension, or high blood pressure, can damage the arteries as it promotes the formation of plaque. Plaque is the waxy buildup formed out of cholesterol and other particles on the artery walls. Too much plaque narrows the walls and prevents blood flow. With the knowledge that 80% of strokes are preventable according to the Stroke Awareness Foundation, the question becomes, how can I become part of prevention? Here are a few tips. Number 1, lower your blood pressure. Reduce your salt intake. Avoid all those high cholesterol foods such as cheeseburgers, cheese, and fried foods. Eat 4 to 5 cups of fruits and veggies a day. Lots of whole grains, a couple of servings of fish per week, and low-fat dairy options. Get more exercise and quit smoking, which we will discuss more in a little bit. Number 2, if you drink, moderation is the key. Try to limit your alcohol consumption to no more than 1 glass a day, and yes, watch your portion control. Number 3, exercise more. Exercise will assist with weight loss and lowering blood pressure too. The key here is frequency and intensity. Focus on 4 to 5 times a week, even if for only 10 to 15 minutes a day to start, twice a day, and mild to moderate intensity. Number 4, lose weight. As obesity is one of the risk factors we discussed, the specific BMI may not be as important as a healthy overall weight that you and your practitioner discuss and set together with one another. This will lower your risk for diabetes, which is also another risk factor for stroke. So a win-win here. Number 5, treat AFib. Atrial fibrillation is a form of irregular heartbeat that causes clots in the heart to form. The clots can then travel to the brain, causing a stroke. Please get this treated with a practitioner. Some symptoms of AFib are heart palpitations and shortness of breath. Number 6, treat diabetes. Diabetes is a risk factor for a stroke. If you have uncontrolled diabetes, or if diabetes is new to you, work with your practitioner to get your diabetes controlled and minimize your risk of a stroke, amongst many other medical concerns associated with diabetes. Number 7, if you are a smoker, you are 4 times more likely than a non-smoker to have a stroke due to the nicotine and carbon monoxide in tobacco that reduces the amount of oxygen in your blood and damages your blood vessel walls. This causes clots to form more easily. It also thickens your blood. Bottom line, quit smoking. Your practitioner can assist with a smoking cessation program. The last piece of information I want to leave you with is how to identify a stroke using the acronym FAST. This is the National Stroke Association's way to identify a stroke, and please do not ignore the symptoms. F is for face. Does one side of your face droop when you smile? A is for arms. When you lift both arms, does one side drift back down? S is for speech. Is your speech slurred or does it sound odd? T is for time. If you see any of these signs in yourself or someone else, it is time to call 911. Signs of a stroke include weakness on one side of the body, numbness of the face, unusual or severe headache, vision loss, numbness and tingling, an unsteady walk or gait. Thank you, Shell Point, for your support of this series. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to email me at christyskinner@shellpoint.org. Until next time, Shell Point, stay healthy.